Right. So you ever struggle with figuring out with these decimals, especially when you're on pencil paper trying to do it by hand? Here, it's not really that super tricky. First off, we're going to go ahead and multiply these as if there were no decimals. Okay. So let's pretend we're doing these long-handed. So we're doing long multiplication. So that's going to be, and again, we're pretending no decimals with this one. So we got 83 times 4. That's basically all we're doing. Now, again, we are doing with the decimals there, but when we actually work the numbers, we're not even thinking that. Okay, so here we go. So 4 times 3, that's going to make 112, right? 12, we carry the 1. And then we have 4 times 8, that's going to be 32, plus the 1 right there is going to make 33. So 332, that's 83 times 4, but we're doing 0.83 times 0.4. So actually what we're going to do to like finish this up is we're just going to count how many digits do we have after the decimals. Well, if I'm looking at the original question, I have 1, 2, 3 digits after the decimal from the question. Now, if I did want to go to my work here, right in here, you can count there as well if you put the decimals there. And there's still 1, 2, 3 after the decimal. So now we got to put the decimal point into our answer. So we have 3 behind the decimal. So my answer is going to be 3 behind the decimal. 1, 2, 3. So the decimal is going to go right there. Now this is totally mathematical fine, but most of the time people like to have the 0 point out in front. It keeps them from forgetting that there's a decimal point there. Okay, so there's one example there. If you want to, go ahead and try this other one out down there at 5.2 times 6.7. Just pause the video, try it out, and then come on back, see how you did. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and roll through this one. So again, we're just going to pretend it's 5.2 times 6.7. Now, I normally put the smaller numbers on the bottom. So 52, I would put on the bottom times 67. Okay, that's the way I would normally do it. And again, we're just thinking whole numbers, whether you write the decimals in there or whether you don't. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to go 2 times 7. That's going to make 14, 1, 4. Okay, and then we're going to go 2 times 6. That's going to be 2 times 6 is 12, plus the 1 is going to make 13. And then now we move on to the 5, and that's actually a 50, so we do want to put a 0 placeholder right there. And now we're doing 5 times 7, that's going to be a 35, and we carry the 3. So now 5 times 6, that's 30, times 3, 30 times, 5 times 6 is 30, plus 3 makes 33. Now we go ahead and add those up. 3. Oh, we can go left or right on this one. It's not going to be that big of a deal. 3 plus 1 is 4. 5 plus 3 makes 8. And 4 plus 0 leaves us with 4. Now we got to place our decimals. And this is the part that we might forget, right? So we can go back to the original question, 5.2, 6.7. I have 1 and 1, 2 numbers, 2 digits after the decimal. Or if I went to my original question, I got 1 and 1 there. So either way, it's going to be 2. So we got to move our decimal place over 2 spots to go right there. So now we want 2 digits after the decimal. So 34.84 is the product of 5.2 times 6.7. Go ahead and give that a try and hit subscribe for more.